Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? Man, thank God it's Friday. TGIF. You never hear me say that. It's always thank God it's Monday for me. I get that from ET, and I started that way back when I was still teaching, trying to get into this trading thing. But now it's thank God it's Monday because I can start making money on Monday. Friday is when the money making stops and the money spending starts. So I always hate Fridays, but today I'm glad it's Friday because you can see my battery is on about 15%, 12 to 15%. And I haven't been able to charge it all week. It's been really draining. Day trading has really drained me this week because I know that these couple of weeks leading up into earnings are slow. And these are the days where you will see me not take a trade 2 or 3 days out of the week. But there was a lot going on, a lot driving the market. We broke out of the channel we'll look at here in a minute. And I was pushing it a little bit on the day trading side. Had some issues to deal with. One was a platform issue that thankfully that got taken care of. And then my cat walked across the keyboard while I walked away and hit enter, and I had an order queued up, waiting for something to set up. And I come back and I'm sitting here for a while and don't even know I'm in a trade. Then I have to do all this crazy stuff that I don't like to do in my small account just to try to, make some money back, just to try to get it back to where it needed to be. So it's just a week where I got beat up on the day trading side. Swing trading, that kept me sane, so to speak. And this is usually the time when swing trading takes off. The summer and leading up to earnings, the third quarter earnings reports, that's when swing trading is usually the best for me. And that's been going pretty good. But I have shifted. I've got more of a focus on swing trading now. We've got the new swing trading program going. And it's really because of what you guys asked me to do in the community. I know there were a lot of you that started day trading. Now you have to go back to work. You want to keep in the market. And swing trading is the way you can do it. And, that's why I started the Twitter feed so you could get all of the information, the charts, the trade plans every morning that I have, knowing what I'm going to do. So all of that was actually something that kept me going and kept me working toward a goal. So it's only going to get better from here. I know everybody likes it, likes what I've done. And, I talked about it yesterday, so I'm not going back through it. But, if it wasn't for that, it would have been a hell of a week. But on the market, we have done really good. We've broken out of the channel from last week. And with the exception of this one pullback day on Tuesday, we've had some really strong days. And this has helped our swings. It's picked up the ones that were struggling from last week, the ones that we entered this week. I went over all of them that were on the watch list, and you see really solid moves. And obviously I can't trade all of them, but the ones that I've traded, we had pretty decent moves on. We'll talk about the ones here in a minute that I've got left on, but as long as this stimulus is going, I think we're going to be fine. Somebody comes out and says we're not doing a stimulus until after the election, market falls. All right, and somebody wakes up because they realize it's not just Democrats that need the stimulus. It's Republicans too. It's everybody that, they're struggling right now. And you can't alienate them. You can't say, I'm not doing this until after the election. And if I'm not elected, my focus is going to be on staying in office. And I'm not going to worry about you guys because you didn't vote for me anyway. You can't have that attitude. So luckily somebody got to him and say, look, these are all your people. And what I want to see going into this election is this president start bringing the country together. If that happens, that can change the dynamic of the election. I promise you it will change it. Will he do it? I don't know. But bringing the country together and working on our common goals, because we do have common goals. All of us want a lot of the same things in life. And we have those common goals. We need to come together. And when that starts to happen, that's where you're going to find strength. And that's when this country is going to start building itself back up. But that's my 2 cents. But what I'm worried about is something not happening or something coming out this weekend before Monday saying we're done and we open up Monday with a gap down, or it's just too much happening for me to be comfortable holding a lot of swings over the weekend. I've got a couple. We'll talk about those in a minute, but for the most part, I cleaned out everything. I tried to get in all cash and be ready to lock and load next week. But a really strong close of the week. There's really no resistance other than right here around 350 that I can see. That may give us a little headache or something. But other than that, I think we're going to be fine. I'm really, let's see, where is that next level at? Yeah, around 350, 351. So I think once we get there, we may get a little hiccup. We may get a little pullback, but nothing significant. And a run back up to the new high days. I think the Fed laid down the law, and now it's up to Congress to follow. They said that we're not doing this anymore. You guys need to get a handle on. You need to get a handle on the virus and the outbreak. You need to get that under control, or else the economy is going to tank. And so they said they needed another stimulus. That's what they're working on. So we'll see what happens. But I'm not overly confident. But technically, I think we're going to keep going up. Fundamentally, we just have to wait and see what news comes out. All right, so only trade today, XLNX, and a little bit of trading PTSD kind of screwed me up on this. I had an awesome entry on the break, sold off a little bit, did not get to my target, and we opened up here and started to push back up. I took it off. I wasn't even back at break even. It was close. I think, 3 cents. Really? So I knew that I was shell-shocked. I knew it. I knew I was spent mentally, but I stayed locked in. And once we got down, I took the conservative entry. And first target was the 100 right here. And then we got stopped out. So, a little trade here. This was decent. Decent profit here. First base hit. and kind of waited and waited and waited. Got the breakdown here, but we got hung up on this level where we gapped up. This is where we gapped up this morning on the news that it was getting bought out or that there was a merger coming. Well, the only time I trade these is when it's a rumor, and this was a rumor. There was no deal on the table, no official deal, anything like that. It was just a rumor. So I tend to short these. And, this is just kind of what we talked about this morning. Said, I didn't put it on watch, but let's keep our eye on it. If the news comes out that it may not be on the up and up, we're going to engage. And that's what happened. But it happened right before the open. But got it in here. Got in, almost took us out. I mean, really close to taking us out. And this is when I really got pissed off. And I just set my stop at the logical point and just walked away. And we ended up, this was at lunch. During lunch, we were able to take profit. Just because I just let it run during lunch, and then it bounced and ended up taking us out. And that was it. I was looking for it to reclaim this and maybe run into the close, but it never reclaimed it. We never closed above this level. And so, it was done. It ended up selling back off anyway. So, not a bad way to close the week. I was disappointed because I thought I had made like $500 and some dollars. I thought this was a $500 day, easy. And I look at it and it's only $380, and I'm like, really disappointed in the money. I was just expecting something better. But I'm glad I didn't see this earlier, because I sure as hell would have tried to force some trades and get to $500. But that was that. So on the swing side, as I posted this morning, we were looking for 110 for the next target. We hit our first target yesterday. We got 110 today, and I was going to take it off at the close, but we had such a strong close. And if you look at the daily chart here, let me bring this up. FinViz shows, this is the one that I like to use because their ascending resistance lines are typically spot on. And if somebody else does it better than me, I'm definitely going to use it. And so you can see we have a pretty good window up to this ascending resistance. So leave the last piece on, and we'll see if we can get this early next week. We had a strong close. We're holding the 5. Everything's ramped up. We're not quite in the major overbought territory. So, we don't have divergence between the signal line and the MACD. That, big divergence like over here that typically signals a pullback. We don't have that yet. So to me, this has some potential to complete this move and go farther than what our final target usually indicates. Usually the 52-week high is my final target on a 20 EMA cross, but we took some off at the 52-week high. We took some off here at 110. So I'm just leaving another piece on to see if we get there. But on Sunday, you'll get to see everything on one chart. I can't download it until after everything closes out tonight. I can download it to TraderView, and you'll see all of the entries and exits on one chart. But we'll go over that in Sunday morning session. So next was UPS. I've had nothing but issues with UPS, and again, this was a product of being just at my wit's end. I went ahead and took it off at 173 because what happened, 170 was supposed to be the stop today. And for some reason, I had my alert set at 173. So it started alerting me. And I looked at it, I was like, what's going on? And then I'm like, well, this thing is selling off and none of the other stocks are. So I just took it off. And you can see it bounced back and was up to almost, it did go back up to 175. But this was an issue here. And then on top of that, when I was going to put in my 173 stop, I actually bought more. I actually put in a buy stop versus a sell stop. So it immediately filled. And I was back in 400 shares. And I just was like, okay, I don't need this anymore. I took it off. And just got frustrated with it. But this is like the second execution error I made on UPS. Previously, I accidentally took it off because I messed up the stop order then. And then I had to get back in. And then I did this. So I'm just glad it's over. Hopefully I made at least a couple $1,000s on this to make it worth my while. But I'm just happy it's done. CAT, we closed this one out today because I wasn't going to hold this over the weekend because we're running into ascending resistance. I've already hit my final target on this. I just had some shares left to see how far we could go. If we would blow through this, we didn't. We got stuck up here. So I just took the rest of it off. This is a full move. We're done. We're done with CAT. Full pull on it. And, I'm happy. This wasn't the biggest of moves. We didn't have the most range here, but I thought this was a safe, solid move, especially for you guys that are just learning how to swing trade. All of the ones that I laid out were relatively safe, solid moves. And that's what we ended up with here. And we'll know exactly 100% how much we have already. But 27.53.19 is what we got locked in. But take closing out UPS today, and we took some profit on Zen, but some of this is still open. I'm not sure how much we locked in on that. So, all of that you'll see on Sunday morning when I have everything downloaded. So, but what we locked in across the board on these three was $4,700. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with the swing trades. We didn't really lock in a lot last week, but this week we locked in some pretty good profit, and I'm happy. And as long as this market can continue, we're going to do very well going into the fourth quarter. And we should be able to finish the fourth quarter strong. So that's going to wrap it up. I'll have the day trading week wrapped up and finalized on Monday's recap. But the profit calendar and all of that should be up Sunday. So if you want to get a heads up before Monday, you could go to my website Sunday evening, and you should see the profit calendar, the new profit calendar, and the new equity curve posted, and all the new swing stuff posted as well. But we'll get this thing back rolling on Sunday. You guys, we'll do the market analysis and the swing watch list session on Sundays. If you miss it and you can't be there on Sunday morning, always watch the recording. I talked the newsletter email you get is just a summation of everything that we talked about and the charts of the watch list and all of that. But you want to watch the video so you can get everything and all the dialogue and everything we talked about, each chart specifically and all of that. So that's going to wrap it up for me. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Saturday. I will definitely enjoy mine. As we sign off, I'm logging off my computer and trading is done until 6 o'clock Sunday morning. That's when I wake up and start doing my pregame stuff for the Sunday morning session. Then I finish the Sunday morning session and I go back to sleep. And I may get up around 1 in time to watch NASCAR if they run it on Sunday. So I got it all planned out. So you guys enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. And I will catch you either Sunday morning or Monday morning.